The Journal of Gospel Music welcomes Lamar Campbell. I'm so happy to talk with you because you're a fellow Hoosier.
And a proud Hoosier.
All right.
Yeah, it's always good connecting with people that have some of the same roots.
Exactly. So being from Indiana as well, I have to ask, what high school did you attend?
I went to Broad Ripple.
All right, sure. I was a Lake Central guy. I know your high school well.
Great.
So you were born in Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
And what church did you grow up in?
Well, actually, I grew up Capital City Seventh-day Adventist Church, and back then it was called Capitol Avenue. Yeah, so I grew up in Seventh-day Adventist Church. So I got a deep background in biblical principles and all the Bible study and all that kind of stuff.
How would you describe the music of the Seventh-day Adventist Church?
Well, when I was coming along, I would have been considered a bit of a trailblazer because I grew up basically on hymns and just a few very standard light gospel songs. So hymns and anthems and spirituals is what I grew up on, and I really appreciate that background because it's been a part of making me well-rounded today.
And who were some of your musical inspirations growing up?
Well, growing up, I was a big Walter Hawkins fan, and actually when I started my first group, which was an all-female group, the Clark sisters were, actually, and I've had an opportunity to tell them that too as well. When the song Expect a Miracle came out, I got a group of girls together and taught that to them. They're really the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing today, because we would go around, everybody would request us to sing that song, and we got so many requests to sing that song everywhere we went. I ended up keeping the group together, and that's really how I started developing my recording career, starting with that group. So, yeah. I'm a big Thomas Whitfield fan. I love Detroit music, Commission, the Winans, and all of the Vanessa Bell, just all of those greats great Midwest music that I grew up with and was able to learn a lot from and incorporate in some of the styling of my music.
And I can hear that in your music. I can hear the Thomas Whitfield and that whole sort of choir sound in what you do. Certainly can hear that.
Awesome.
And some of our readers may not know, you've been very active in the Indianapolis music scene, period. I mean, talk about some of the things you've just done for Indianapolis.
Oh, man, yeah, I'm a homeboy. I'm a homeboy, and actually I started in gospel very young, around the age 15. I started playing for my first church at 15, and I was making $7 on Sunday and $7 for rehearsal, so a grand total of $14 for the week. So and today it's just hard to get a musician for $7 an hour. So they just let you know how much time has changed. Yeah. But I've been active in the Indianapolis chapter, and actually Al Hobbs, I worked very closely with him, who was one of my mentors, and we just did a homegoing celebration for him recently. But I did a lot of things with him, Indy Mass. I did a lot of recordings with him with Indy Mass, the Indianapolis chapter. I wrote a lot of music for the Women of Worship. I was choral conductor for the song So You Would Know on the Radio Angels album. So in addition to the things that I do around Indianapolis, as well as being minister of music at I've been blessed to be minister of music at several of the large churches here. Eastern Star, I was on staff there, Eastern Star Church, and I was the Light of the World for 11 years, and now I'm minister of music at Mount Carmel Baptist Church. I've been there for a couple of years. So, yeah, I've been pretty busy around here.
Yeah, I was going to say. And so how did you select the members of the Spirit of Praise?
Well, Spirit of Praise is a special group. They are just a group of friends that I've known down through the years. that has either been in a choir or I played for them for a wedding or a funeral or something like that, and they're all just a group of people that I call friends, and they were willing to sit in a room with me for a couple of hours a week and let me talk to them crazy and whip them into shape. and so, I mean, it's just another testimony of God just using ordinary people to do extraordinary things, because I know many of the people that sang in the 40-voice choir, singing career and creating music that people would be singing for years and years to come, timeless music. If you would have asked them early on if that was anything that they thought they would have ever done, it would probably be in their wildest dreams. So we're just really blessed that God just called us forth to be able to do some great music that's blessing the church even today.
Well, and to that question, did you ever have an idea that you would make sacred music a career?
Well, it wasn't the plan. It was not the plan, because I enjoyed it, but I did it as a kid, and of course, I had a dad that said, "Yeah, that's great, but what are you gonna do for a living?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So after I graduated high school and went to college, I started trying to focus on what my career would be, my career path would be. And after going through several majors, when I was about 18, 19, it just, the Lord made it really clear to me that I was to do music ministry. So that's when I switched my major and went to Jordan Music College at Butler University. Mm-hmm. And so since I was going to go after it full time and as a profession, I wanted to further my education. And while doing that, that's when I got the call to start doing recorded music, and I got the record contract with EMI Gospel, actually being the first artist signed with them. So, I mean, it's been a whirlwind. So, whereas a lot of artists today, they plan, they groom, they're preparing themselves to be what sometimes the industry would call gospel superstars. It was just the opposite for me. We started recording, and we had songs that hit so hard, and that's what I always say. The music is bigger than the artist, because the music is what really lives on. We had to catch up with where our music was. So we had to learn how to be artists. We had to learn all this stuff as our music was taking off. So it was really quite an interesting journey for me.
You're a songwriter. I know you write a lot of your own material.
Yes.
What is your songwriting process? How does that happen for you?
Man, I have a process, but some of the greatest songs that I know the Lord has blessed me to write didn't happen as a part of the process.
Right.
I can remember writing one song, I Really Love You. I can remember writing the lyrics to that song on my way, while I was riding in the car on my way to pay a light bill. So I'm actually writing the words down on the envelope and everything. But my process is normally, and it's changed down through the years, is spending time, before the Lord, and then also as I get things throughout the day, recording them and writing down different lyrics or hook lines, and then I just get spend several days in trying to connect it all together. The process is different, but basically, just as I hear things that I know should be in songs or whatever, begin to write them down and record them, and then it all kind of comes together by the time we finish the project. Yeah.
So I know this is often like asking, what is your favorite child, but what is your favorite song of the ones that you have written?
I would say, it is like that. So many And I've written so many songs. I think one of my all-time favorite songs that would kind of tell a story about who I am is a song that's called "I Really Am Grateful." And the reason why I like that song is because it really talks about things that happen in your life that may seem like they're pretty bad. They just remind you of something to give God a testimony, to give glory to God for, because it doesn't stay there. God always turns it into a testimony. So I really have a grateful heart. So I would say that would be one of my favorite songs.
Well, and then tell us about your new single, Power of Love. What inspired you to write Power of Love?
I would say right now that is such a great song, and it's so relevant today with everything going on in our communities and in our world today. And every time we cut on the news or you look at the newspaper or you read articles, it's always something going on. It's always something negative. And this song is really to bombard the airwaves and remind people the power that love has. Actually, there's a line in the song that says, "The same love that wouldn't let Jesus come down from the cross still has the power to set us free."
Yeah.
And I think we've dumbed love down so much until we need to put it back and remind people that you can still love people back to life. If you put love in the home, it's going to be a better situation. You put love back in school, love back in the workplace, and we need more people talking about love. And I think this song will remind people about the power that love really has, because Jesus is love, and that's why it's so powerful.
I remember the day I asked you into my life. I wasn't quite sure how it would be. I knew that you loved me, saw something special in me. It went far beyond what my eyes could see. But when I really got to know you, I knew I could not live without you. Having you in my life brings out the best in me. I never did. It would be this way. God, I understand.
and I know it's part of your new album, Open the Sky. What do you want the listener to come away with hearing Open the Sky as an album?
When I started working on this project, and I did it, it took me about 2 years to do it because I funded it. I did, I did it all from scratch. Being blessed to have major labels behind me along the way, this was a labor of love, and it's something I know that I really had to do. Is since I was blessed to have people to support and fund and promote my music career early on, it's something about having to do it yourself. So this is the process that I know I had to do for this project. And the thing that behind this record is God clearly spoke to me and said that the reason why people don't understand the greatness in themselves is because they don't understand how great I am. The whole focus around this record is really pointing, just making a big deal out of how great God is and the great things that he can do. And since greater is he that lives in us than he that lives in the world, then that means that we have to have greatness inside of us. So, when we talk about the song Open the Sky, we're basically saying the sky is everything under the sun is available to us, and instead of just asking God for bill money as Christians or for money to the end of the week or gas money, he has countless blessings stored up for us, and we got to start believing and asking by faith the things that we really want from him and believe that it's going to be done. So this song is to keep us believing in how great God is and what he can do. So that's what this collection of music is all about.
Any other songs on there that you anticipate could be future singles?
Yeah, I do. Actually, there's the first track on the CD I think is a big choir song. It's called Praise You Now. The message behind that song is don't wait. When God does something for you, or even before he does something, don't wait. Just praise him now. And then there's another song on there that I was blessed to do with a newcomer to the gospel music industry. His name is Todd Delaney.
Oh yeah.
And it's a simple praise and worship song. The last song we wrote for this project, and it's just piano and vocals, and it simply says, "I'll praise you." And I guarantee you, if you really want to get into a worship place, that's a track that you want to put on. I believe there's songs that, as people begin to listen and learn them, there'll be songs that will bless the life of the church, and then there'll be songs that you can just put on in your cars and download on your iPods and all that kind of stuff and just jam on. So it's one of them kind of records I believe that is going to have some longevity. It's some music with meat on it.
All right.
Yeah.
And now this is on. You said you put it together yourself. Is it on your own label?
Yeah. Actually, we started. It's distributed by Capitol Records. So there again, we're blessed to be able to have a major distributor. So it's available on iTunes, and you can get it in your gospel music stores and Amazon or wherever you download your music. But I worked on this project with Jay Thomas, and that's another thing I came home because I lived in Houston for 5 years. When I came home, I really wanted to work with some homegrown Indianapolis musicians. So Jay Thomas, which I believe is a name that you're going to hear even more with his producing and songwriting. So the players are from here, actually the Power of Love will feature, it features two well-known Spirit of Praise soloists, Michelle Barner, who sang All About the Love, and Denise Clark, who sang Closer. So it was a dream of mine always because a lot of people, their voices are similar, and a lot of people think they're the same person. I said, well, we'll fix that. We'll put them on the same song together. and people still think it's just one person, but it's two people singing. It's our a responsibility to make sure that we push more people to the forefront, just like people mentored us and helped us, give us the fundamentals and the foundation for having ministries today that are able to go beyond the church walls and bless people all around the world. So that's a part of where we are now too.
Oh yeah, no, I think that's great. I think it's great to always reach back and help others along the way, and it's great you're doing that. Lamar Campbell, thank you for being on the Journal of Gospel Music. We appreciate you. Look forward to hearing more great things from you, representing Indianapolis, Indiana, and representing the gospel community.
Thank you so much, man. It's always great talking to you.